Hello everyone, this is Joanna from Joanna the Medium. These are going to be messages for the month of August. Sorry about being late. As I mentioned last month, I was really busy, then I had to go away for a few days and I just couldn't get a chance to, or didn't get a chance to record videos. Came back to extremely busy schedule already, so they are coming in fact a little bit late. But thank you so much for waiting, and I hope you will like them. Because they were late, I kind of thought maybe I should do something different, or maybe I should make them shorter. And I actually got a very strong feeling from Spirit that I should try something different for the sake of cutting some time. Well, turns out that the readings are actually longer. It's the setup that's slightly different. So what I was asked to do is do more of a channeled message, not using cards, and use fewer cards. And I actually thought it was going to be a shorter reading, but it turns out that in more cases, it's actually longer than the ones I've done in the past. So lots of different energies I'm working with. 3/4, half to 3/4 of the entire reading is me channeling information based on what I'm being told and seeing, which is a little bit different for me in this particular setup because I'm not even using any cards at that point. So some of it is very, very specific. Some of it is more general. Some energies are different than others. Some are stronger. Some are more strange than others. So it is a very different set of readings for August, for sure. As always, it is general. These are general readings, so it may make sense to you. Some of it, certainly for all of you, it won't make sense to you. For some of you, it may. For a majority of you, some parts may make sense to you, some won't. Please check out rising sign, moon sign, as well as your sun sign, as these may offer a more complete picture of what's happening in your life. If you would like a private reading, please contact me with the information below, and we can set up a private session so that you can understand exactly what this is pertaining for you. I cannot answer questions through emails pertaining to general readings. Sometimes I'll get a message saying, what does this mean to me? Without actually having a one-on-one session, it is impossible for me to do that. And I cannot answer each and every email because I get literally hundreds of emails, which is why I can't always respond to all of them. So if you would want more information particularly connecting to you or relating to you, you might want to have a private session, and you can just reach me at the information below. If these readings don't make sense to you this time around, that's perfectly okay. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Please do let me know if you like the new format, as I feel it's here to stay, at least until the next change. I think I mentioned in some of my earlier videos that I feel I will need to be doing more channeling. So, I hope you like it. I actually found it a little bit easier, not looking at cards and just giving information that's coming to me. And that's really how I work with one-on-one clients. Trying to see if there's anything else that I want to say, other than I always want you to know how grateful I am for you listening, viewing, liking, sharing. It means a lot to me. I just posted a video on 10,000 subscribers thank you offer. This was my goal for the end of 2016. So the fact that it's already reached 10,000 at the end of July is amazing to me, and that's obviously thanks to you. And I always want to say thank you so much, because without you, there's no need for me to do this. So without further ado, I hope you like the readings. Let me know how it resonates with you, and let's get going. I'll see you in a moment. Hello and welcome back once again. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Taurus. I was told to go with Taurus first. So let's start off with a new setup with the reading and see what happens. So I'm just going to tune in. I'm being asked to start with the word patience. And of course, whenever I hear the word patience, I'm a Taurus and all the Taurians out there, I always feel like it's not the greatest word to receive. So it's met on my part with a bit of really patience again. But he's making, my God is making a motion with his hand to just move on with this and explore, because there's more to it. I am also being shown, I'll open my eyes, I'm also being shown the number 8. When I ask what the number 8 represents, other than August, I'm being told the word finances. I'm also being asked to share a vision that is representing to me. I'm just asking him to give me a little bit of more clarity, how I can put it into words. There is something in the works for those who this message will resonate with, that will require you to go around your finances. Now, when he says go around, sorry, those are my words. He's saying to me, different way of looking at it. Okay, so there's going to be a need for you to look at your finances in a different way. Not only at the aspect of money as energy in a different way, but also how you go about earning your money or acquiring your money. And the reason why this, and I just got chills, and the reason why this is being said to you is because the month of August, September, and October, for the next 3 months, first of all, I hear the word triumph with regards to building something substantial of a financial nature, whether it's business, whether building career, anything that will allow you to make money, bring money, or acquire money or finances in your advantage, in your favor. The next 3 months are going to be not only very busy, I hear also the word sustainable, but there will be a need for you to look at how you acquire money in a slightly different way or form. So let me just ask for a little bit more clarity. Okay. Interestingly enough, he's putting a flower right in my face, and he says to me, smell the roses. And I'm going, well, first of all, it's not a rose that you're showing me. And number 2, what do you mean smell the roses? As in wake up and smell the roses? What do you mean? And then I hear the word wake up, wake up. And as I ask him to please explain to me what that means, he says, there are gifts and abilities within you that are starting to awaken. And this doesn't necessarily mean psychic, esoteric, or anything of that sort. Gifts or skills of any kind that you were born with. And he is saying to me, wake up to those gifts and abilities, because in the next little while, 3 months, which is actually short time, in a scheme of things, you are going to start acquiring your finances or earning a living by using or tapping into your new gifts and sets of skills. Now, when I say the word new, it's shown to me in quotation marks, because these are not new skills or sets that you are starting to acquire. These are skills and abilities that have been with you ever since you were born, but they were for the most part dormant up until this time. And he's saying to me, month of August is very much a catalyst for change. And he is showing me a huge rock in front of me, and I'm asking him to open this up for me. My guide gives me information through a lot of visuals, and metaphors, which is why I always go back and forth. By the way, my email is shut off, and I tried to turn off anything that makes noise on my computer, and it's still apparently making noise. So I apologize. I know some of you are getting irritated with the noises, but please forgive me. Hopefully it's not going to happen too much. And I also put my phone on Do Not Disturb. But then I've had doors closing by themselves today in my home, so I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let's get back to the message. Okay. The rock is representing an obstacle that has been preventing from an even flow when it comes to finances for you. Okay, so whatever that means for you, it's going to be different for everybody, but it is to do with money and how you acquire a living. Okay, living. So for the most part, monetary. And he's asking me just to leave it at that because this, you will understand. So he's showing me taking this big rock and lifting it, and it feels very heavy. And I'm asking him, what precisely does this rock represent? And he is pointing at my head and he's saying, the rocks in your mind. And I say, what do you mean? My marbles? What do you mean? He says the words conditioning. Conditioning with regards to how you look at money, how you look at acquiring money, and how you look at the value of money with regards to your own sense of value or how you feel about yourself. And he's wiping the slate clean. He's removing that rock, or I'm being shown removing that block. So you will be very much removing that block for yourself, mentally speaking. And this will allow you to have an even greater flow of money or finances in your financial house within the next 3 months. Now, he's also showing me vision of buildings. To me, this represents building something substantial, and I hear the words building your future. So this can represent you actually building a building. So if you're building a home, it can represent that. It can be a metaphor for building your own business, but it can also be a metaphor for sustaining your business long term. So if you have been struggling with something and financial flow, or the flow has not been even or consistent, by removing the mental blocks or belief systems about money is going to allow you to see a fresh new beginning with either an existing business or a new venture. Okay, and he's showing me thumbs up for this, and he says to you, you haven't seen nothing yet. And it is met with a smile on his face, and I got chills all over me, which is also my representation. I'm on the right track. And he says the words to you, believe in yourself. He also says, you've always known you've had something special, but you couldn't quite understand what it was, or you didn't know what it was. But there's very definite feeling of knowing that there's something special about you. Now, this isn't being said to you from the perspective of the ego, or like, I'm special, look at me. Quite the opposite, because I feel that whatever that feeling is or was not something that you actually ever verbalized to anyone. And as a matter of fact, I feel that feeling has been met on your part with on one hand, there's something special, but on the other hand, you're going, that cannot be. Okay? And again, he says the words, you have seen nothing yet. And then I see clapping. Okay, he's also showing me a motion of coming full circle, and he says the words, now you will understand. So the next 3 months, and I got chills all over me, bear in mind, this is a general reading, but this is a very specific message, so it will resonate with some of you, certainly not all of you. But for the next 3 months, he says August to October, so August, September, October, this is going to be a time of triumph. Now, it does not mean that by the time October ends, you're going to be set and you're going to sit like this and money is going to come to you. No. But what it will happen, what it will do, the next 3 month period, it will allow you to set things in motion that, including your new with your new gifts and sets of skills, that will allow you to have a consistent flow and consistent building of whatever you're wherever you're working on for time to come. And I'm talking distant future. Okay, I also hear the words, you are setting yourself up for success, not failure, success. Okay, I'm also hearing and being shown the path that you're stepping on may not necessarily be a path that is, what's the word I want to use? Regular, meaning the beaten path. It is very much a new path for you and a new way of looking at things. And remember what he said at the very beginning, looking at how to earn money in a very different way. So whatever it is you're looking at, and I'm also being shown huge screen, movie screen, television screen. So for some of you, maybe you are actor. For some of you, you are going to be getting into commercials on TV or anything that will be broadcasted. That's the word I'm also hearing. It could also be radio, but he says the word broadcast and on air. So on air to me signifies television, internet, YouTube, anything that will be seen, he says, by thousands of people. So this doesn't necessarily mean an actor, but if you are building a career, or if you're building a building, or if you're building a business that will have people coming to you, it is of substantial size. Okay? And then he says the word stop, because I've just talked for 12 minutes. I didn't realize this. So now let's go with the cards. And my intention with these readings this month was to predominantly give my messages to you through pure channeling and not so much through cards, even though I don't read cards. But it was something that was, like I said in my intro, it was something that was very clear to me this month. And I believe it's how I'm going to approach these readings moving forward. And it makes it that much more interesting for me because I'm not relying really on anything other than purely spirit, which is a little daunting, but very interesting nonetheless. So let's start with the first card, which represents your mind, your past, or your background. And we have the cards. Sorry, I snort when I laugh. The card is called, well, first of all, it's Pentacles. So it is to do with money, finances, businesses. It can be relationships, but I want to stick with money because he's showing me money. And it says movement, choices, and decisions. But the card was shown to me in reverse. Now, keep in mind, this is your past. This is your background, and this is also your mind. So remember what he said. It is so congruent with what the message was. He said that your mind is going to be changed. The rock that represented rocks in your mind is going to be lifted. So this card represents that your background or your past and the way you see money or monetary value was very much negatively influenced by the environment you grew up in, which is why this is being shown to me in reverse. And he's also saying you felt like you had no choices or you didn't have many choices and you succumbed to whatever just kind of came your way without really exploring anything in a greater detail. In other words, you didn't allow yourself to go beyond what was taught to you or beyond your comfort zone. And he says the word conditioning. We're all part of our how we grew up. So we are, essentially mishmash of conditioning systems, right? So, but I just find this is funny in a way, because it is exactly what the message was, and the cards were face down, so I couldn't see it. So I like this. Now the second card, I'm just going to move my screen just a little bit, please forgive me. The second card represents your present, or any challenges or problems. So let's see what it is. I just love this. This is a chakra card. So this is third eye. Right here. And he says the word vision. Envision what you want. And he says to me, you are at a time in your life that is prime. And I'm seeing the number 45 for some reason. So perhaps for some of you, you are 45 years old, or you've been working towards something for 45 years, or 45 is somehow significant to you. I hear also the word mother, so perhaps you are a mother. I'm past 45, so it's not quite for me, but not that far. So he says you are in a prime time of your life to finally let go of those old conditionings, those old shackles that have held you back for eternity. And when I hear the words eternity, it is very evident to me that it represents this lifetime, but also many lifetimes before you. Now, whether you believe in past lives or not, it makes no difference. But I always give what I get, for that is my purpose. So for whatever it's worth to you, maybe you've had readings before where somebody said, listen, in other past lives you struggled with money, and this is coming forth. So, but he says that's no longer the case, and you are about to end that struggle. Now, he says to me, the struggle was not so much because you were tied, not in this lifetime, physically, but it is you are tied mentally and emotionally. And he's showing this to me like a ringer. And when I ask him what this means, he says to me, pour and sweat being squeezed out of you. What do you mean, please? He says there was a time where you felt you just couldn't do anymore, and you were at a point of almost giving up, but something kept you going. Okay? So, envision is the word that I get with this. Okay? And I'm also being shown the sign of money. So I feel that for whoever this is for Taurus, whether it's your rising sign, moon sign, or sun sign, this is predominantly about finances. And being a Taurus, I get it. And the message certainly makes sense for me. Now, the next card represents the future or the outcome. So, or also advice. So let's see what that is. It's another financial card. Number 5, financial and material changes. Typically, number 5 represents changes, uncomfortable changes, not enough resources, not enough money, but it's in reverse. So we have 2 cards that are pentacle cards or earth cards or money cards in reverse, and a card in the middle that says envision. Okay, so by drawing this card, or by this card being shown to me in reverse, I'm actually hearing the words, the struggle is over. Financial struggle. This does not mean that you will not have your challenges. Far from it. And the challenges will predominantly relate to your new gifts and your ideas, because you will feel unsure of yourself. So he says, trust what you're receiving and trust what you're intuitively are getting. In other words, trust what's coming to you and trust what's coming out of you intuitively. And those 2 things, he says, are congruent with success. financially speaking. Now, if for some of you this represents relationship, it absolutely can, but he's asking me to concentrate on finances. And he actually says to me, a lot of people who will watch this, so a lot of viewers, and this is by no means a judgment, it is the times we live in, have money issues, money problems, financial difficulties and challenges, and fears and unhealthy conditionings about money. So this is who the message is for. Again, I hear the word, your struggle is over, and he's pointing to your head. Now, I hear the word workshops. For some of you, you will be presented with attending a workshop that will seem to come to you out of nowhere. It could be free. It could be a very nominal amount where you will be able to afford. I hear the word affordable. If anything, or books, maybe books will be presented to you. Maybe somebody will say something to you as an idea. Don't throw anything out. If it makes no sense to you, put it on the side and contemplate it, because I feel like the universe is trying to give you information that will be very useful in the way you make money from this point forward, or the way you earn a living. Okay? And then he says that's long enough, and I'm just looking at the clock. It's over 21 minutes, and I thought they were going to be shorter this month, but I guess not. I hope this makes sense. Please keep in mind these are readings that are very general. If you like the new format, let me know, because if you do, I will continue to do so. I am much more comfortable now than I have been at the beginning of my YouTube career to do more channel than just to rely on cards. So at this point, I'm kind of good either way. I prefer to go with channel because, like, I don't really read cards, but let me know your preference. Bottom line is, if it fits with you, if it makes sense to you, that's all that matters. I look forward to your comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a wonderful and prosperous month of August, and I will see you in September.